Welcome to the lecture series of signal system. In the previous lecture, we have seen what the energy signal is and what the power signal is, and how we can identify whether the given signal is an energy signal or power signal. In the continuation to the previous lecture, in this lecture, we will use some examples to clarify the concept of energy signals and power signals. So, by using these two formulas, we can identify whether the given signal is energy signal or the given signal is power signal, or it is neither an energy signal nor an power signal. So, as a summary, what we have seen in the last lecture, we have seen the formula to calculate the power of a signal and to calculate energy of a signal. So, to calculate energy, we will write the formula as E is equal to limit capital T tends to infinite integration from minus t to t mod of xt square dt. And to calculate the power of a signal, we will use this formula. P is equal to limit t tends to infinite 1 by 2t integration from minus t to t mod of xt square dt. And what we will do to identify whether a signal is energy signal or a power signal. So, we will calculate energy of the signal. If energy is finite, then we will calculate power of the signal. If the power is 0, then we will conclude that the given signal is an energy signal. Listen again, if the energy of the signal is some finite value and power of the signal is 0, energy is finite and power is 0, then the given signal is an energy signal. And in other hand, if we are calculating power of the signal and this power is finite and energy of the signal is infinite. If the power is finite and energy is finite, then this signal can be identified as a power signal. There are some tricks to predict whether the signal is energy signal or power signal, like a periodic signal of finite duration can be a power signal, not finite, infinite duration. A periodic signal of infinite duration, because if the signal has infinite duration and suppose this signal sine, we are considering this signal till from minus infinite to plus infinite. If we are going to calculate energy of this signal, then first we will take a square of this signal, and after squaring, the negative part of the signal become positive like this. And when we will integrate this signal from minus infinite to plus infinite, it will always give a value infinite. So, a periodic signal having infinite duration always give an infinite energy. So, if the signal is periodic and has infinite duration, I will directly calculate power of this signal and write the energy of this signal as infinite without any calculation. Then, if the signal is periodic for finite duration, if the given signal is periodic but has a finite duration, or the signal is non-periodic, then it may be an energy. It may be, if the signal has finite duration and the signal is periodic, then this signal may be an energy signal. This signal may be an energy signal. and if the signal has infinite duration, then its energy always will become infinite, and this signal can be identified as power signal. So we will keep in mind these two concepts: signal having infinite duration, it is an power signal, and if the signal has finite duration and this signal is periodic, then definitely it is an energy signal, and if the signal is non periodic, then it may be energy signal or power signal. Next, we will include some examples. The first example is given here: determine the power and RMS value of the signal A sin omega t plus theta. So we know the formula to calculate the power. This is P is equal to limit t tends infinite 1 by 2t integration from minus t to t mod of xt square dt. In place of xt, it is given a sin omega t. It means xt square will become a sin square omega t plus theta. We will replace xt square with a signal a square sin square omega t plus theta, and this will become like this. Then we will replace this sin square with, by using this formula, cos 2t is equal to 1 minus 2 sin square t. From here we can write it as sin square t is equal to 1 minus cos 2t by 2. Then I will use this relation here. This relation we will use here. We will separate the terms and find the value like this. Here we will separate the term 1 by 2 and cos 2 omega t plus theta by 2. Then here we will see cos 2 omega t plus theta. For a complete period, for a complete circle, if we will integrate a sinusoidal signal, it will always give a value 0 for the complete cycle. If the cycle is not complete, even if the cycle is means this t minus t and t is not an integer, if in case, then this will give some finite value, and this value, if we will divide by 2t, where t tends to infinite, it will always become 0. So in both the cases, this term will become 0. We have to integrate only this term. 1 by 2t come out of the integration, and integration of t power 0 will become t from minus t to t. When I will put the limit, upper limit minus lower limit here, upper limit is t minus lower limit minus t, this will become 2t, and this 2t and this 2 will become cancel, and this t and t, this 2t become cancel. The remaining is limit t tends infinite a square by 2. Because t is not here in this term, I can put value of t as infinite, and this will become a square by 2. So the power of a sinusoidal signal, it may be a sin theta, or it may be a sin omega t plus theta, or it may be a cos omega t plus theta. Whatever it is, it will always give a power which is square of the amplitude of the signal divided by 2, a square by 2, and RMS value can be calculated as root of this value, which is a by root 2. So keep in mind that power of a sinusoidal signal is always square the amplitude of this signal and divide by 2, it will give power of the sinusoidal signal. Now move to the next slide. Here is a signal given 8 cos 4t into 60. 8 cos 4t into 60. So I can write, instead of writing here 8, I will write it 4 into 2 cos 4t into cos 60. This relates to the formula of 2 cos A cos B, which is cos A plus B. Cos A plus B means cos 4t plus 60 means 4t plus 60 means cos 10t plus cos A plus B plus cos A minus B. So cos A means 4t minus 60 cos of minus 2t, which is cos 2t, and there is a 4 outside the bracket. So this will become like this, means it will become equal to 4 cos 10t plus 4 cos 2t. To calculate the power, only amplitude is needed. We have to find out amplitude of both the components, which is 4 here and 4 here. So the power of this signal will become 4 square by 2 and power of this signal will become 4 square by 2. We will add up these two powers and it will become 4 square, or we can say that 16 watt. And in the next question we have to calculate the power, which is given as xt is equal to a e power j into 5t. We can write e power j theta as it is cos theta plus j sin theta into j plus j sin theta. Here instead of theta it is written j5 here, 5t instead of theta it is written 5t here. So I will write it as a into, in place of e to the power j5t, I will write cos 5t plus j sin 5t. Amplitude of both the signals is a, so I will write it as a square by 2 power of the real part plus a square by 2 power of the imaginary part. The total power will become equal to a square. So remember always, if a signal is given like a e to the power j anything here, the power of this signal will directly become equal to a square, square of the amplitude of the signal. Now we will consider the next case. Here determine whether the following signal is energy signal or power signal. So here is the case where we have to determine whether the given signal is an energy signal, or we have to identify a random signal is given and we have to identify that this signal is power signal or this is an energy signal or it is neither energy nor a power signal. So the signal is sine square omega t. The trick is, what we will calculate first. To identify whether the given signal is energy signal or power signal, we have to calculate two things, power and energy of the signal. So Which I will calculate first, power or energy? Earlier I told you that because duration is not given here, I have to consider this signal from minus infinite to plus infinite. So this is a signal of infinite duration, and also sine square omega naught t is a periodic signal. So what I told you earlier that if a signal is periodic and having infinite duration, then the energy of this signal will always become equal to infinite. If the given signal is a periodic signal and it has infinite duration, then its energy will always become equal to infinite. So in this case we do not have to calculate energy of the signal because it is infinite. So in this case we will directly calculate power of this signal. And as discussed in the previous case, the formula of the power here, P is equal to limit t tends to infinite 1 by 2t integration from minus t to t mod of xt square dt. So instead of sine square is given here, I have to square this signal. When we will square it will become sine power 4 omega t. We will break it as sine power 4 omega t, we will write it as sine square whole square of the sine square. Then we will apply the formula cos 2t is equal to 1 minus 2 sine square t. From here we will write sine square t is equal to 1 minus cos 2t divided by 2. So instead of sine square t, we will write this value here as it is written here, and then again we will square the given relation, and finally we will get this value, and finally we will get this value. And after integration, again as discussed earlier, the integration of 4 cos 2 omega t means integration of this term and integration of this term will become 0. For a complete cycle, integration of sinusoidals will become 0. So what the remaining part is, it is 3 here and 8 here. It will become integration of 3 by 8 limit from minus t to t. Again we will put the limit here, upper limit minus lower limit, it will become 2t. Then this 2t and this 2t will cancel, and the power here is 3 by 8 watt. Again, if we want to calculate energy of this signal, this term is written like this as in the calculation of power. Then integration of this term becomes 0, integration of this term becomes 0, integration of remaining part will become here, it is 3 by 8 into t. 3 by 8 is the constant and it will come out of the bracket. Here the limit from minus t to t, where t tends to infinite. So here this will become 3 by 8 into 2t, where t tends to infinite, and when this t will tends to infinite, the total value will become infinite. As I told you earlier, the given signal is periodic and having infinite duration, its energy will always become equal to infinite. So it happens that energy becomes equal to infinite and power of this signal is finite. So the given signal is, because power is finite, power is finite and energy of this signal is infinite, so the given signal is a power signal. This is all for this lecture. Thank you.